5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
We begin today at noon with two breaking stories. General Motors and the United Auto Workers Union have reached a tentative contract agreement. Thousands of workers at the GM plants in Wentzville have been walking the picket line for 6 weeks now. The agreement follows tentative deals made with Ford last week and Stellantis over the weekend. The deals include 25% pay raises and cost of living adjustments. Also breaking today, St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell is no longer running for U.S. Senate. Instead, he'll challenge Congresswoman Cori Bush for her seat in the House. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. Bell became the county's first black prosecuting attorney in 2018. Our political editor Mark Maxwell is live outside the Congresswoman's office in downtown St. Louis with more on Bell's announcement. Mark?
Okay, good afternoon. Wesley Bell's surprise launch jumping into this race certainly appears to have caught Congresswoman Cori Bush's campaign off guard, and what a matchup it will be, sure to draw national media attention. The prosecutor versus the activist, both of them forging their pathways to power in the aftermath of the uprising in Ferguson after the death of Michael Brown there. In the aftermath, though, they took different approaches. Wesley Bell calling for compromise and greater funding to enhance police resources and law enforcement resources. She campaigned instead as an agitator activist, calling later to defund the police. Bell went on offense during his campaign launch today, saying that Democrats should support President Biden, support his infrastructure agenda, and support our Democratic allies, Ukraine and Israel.
The growing calls that I got, and honestly, even before I got in the race, were you should consider this race because this district needs it. And as I got around the state and even in DC, that those calls grew louder and louder. And with the fact of having viable candidates in the U.S. Senate race, I felt that we needed that steady and effective leadership right here in the district.
Anything else about why he's dropping out of the Senate race?
Well, you heard him there suggest that Democratic Party establishment leaders, donors, and the like basically urged him to. He's leaning into that, saying that it's the party that wants Cori Bush out. But there's also the strategic advantage of waiting until now. Opening that Senate campaign, filing the paperwork there, allowed him to tap into some federal campaign money, maybe deeper pockets available, and then has this sort of sneak attack, the element of surprise. The Cori Bush campaign, again, didn't see this coming. We'll have a lot more tonight at 4, 5, and 6 on this big development in the 2024 House race. Live downtown, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Mark. A very cold and rainy weekend is behind us. Here's a live sunny look over Forest Park. The sun's returned, but yes, the cold remains. Meteorologist Jim Castillo here with the Weather First forecast.
Yeah, it's a cold one for sure. Look at these low numbers this morning. Just like we were thinking, St. Louis, not quite freezing, but about 33. Now, the Illinois side less in the way of freezing temperatures this morning, but we did have some in our northern counties, Greene County, Macoupin County, and a lot of the Missouri counties seeing those below freezing temperatures. It's a hard freeze tonight. A brand new freeze warning in effect, St. Louis south and eastward, because those areas might not have froze last night. So it's going to be even colder as we get into Wednesday morning. More on that coming up in Maine weather. So a hard freeze tonight for a lot of us. And if you didn't have a freeze this morning, remember the growing season ends tonight then. So potted plants are inside if you haven't done that already. And if you haven't disconnected the garden hose, you still have a chance to do that tonight and make sure you drain that. Right now it is sunny though. It is sure is beautiful. And today's high temperature is only in the lower 40s around St. Louis. Much more on those cold nights coming in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you, Jim. This man is accused of a number of crimes after allegedly harassing a family in St. Louis. 19-year-old Anthony McGee is charged with kidnapping, endangering the welfare of a child, and assault. Police say he hit a woman in the head with a glass bottle while trying to take a toddler from her. Police say McGee attacked 3 others during the altercation in the area of Euclid and West Pine. That's in the Central West End. It happened yesterday morning. Police arrested him after he tried to run off. Check out the scene in a South St. Louis neighborhood near Tower Grove Park. A driver wrecked a car on Arkansas overnight, flipping it after hitting several parked cars. A few miles away, a driver of a blue truck slammed into a building. This happened at Nebraska and Chippewa about the same time. We don't know what led to either crash or if anyone was injured. Happening today in appeals court, hearing arguments about the wording of an abortion rights question that could be on Missouri's 2024 ballot. A Cole County judge rewrote the language for a proposed constitutional amendment. Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft appealed it. As of now, the petition still needs to get enough signatures before it can appear on the ballot. Today, you could experience some delays on the Metrolink Red Line. Trains will run a single track at some stations. Plan ahead if you're riding between Busch Stadium, 8th and Pine Convention Center, and Laclede's Landing. The move allows for construction work in the downtown tunnels. Right now, the superintendent of the special school district in St. Louis County is on administrative leave. District officials aren't saying why, only that it's an internal personnel matter. Elizabeth Keenan has been with the district since July of 2019. The district serves nearly 25,000 students. Dr. Michael Macklin, the district's executive director of diversity and inclusion, will serve as interim superintendent. The former Regal Gravois Bluffs Stadium 12 Cinema could soon have a new owner. It's up for auction. According to our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal, bidding is open now through Wednesday with a starting price of $1.25 million. The theater in Fenton has been closed since September of last year. Still ahead, see how St. Louisans are showing support for people affected by the war in the Middle East. And an urgent warning from the FDA about over-the-counter eye drops.